Howdy, it's Sunny with Dummy. I've honestly been putting off this video just to see how this entire situation develops, because although this has been an issue that people have been bringing up for the past months, the information that had come out was very varied and opinionated and based on a lot of what if this and what if that. And I honestly didn't want to make a video until like more concrete information was coming out. And honestly, I still think that it's a little too soon to be making this video, but you know, a girl needs content, okay? If you haven't been in a coma for the past year, then you know what AI art is. It's art created by different programs, and this art is, well, created through images being put into said program, and this program basically takes these images and makes a new one out of it. To put it simply, it's like a program that collages different images together and makes a completely unique image. Now, this is not a new thing. It's been in the making for a couple years, but as of now, we've gotten to the point where the programs are more sophisticated and can make better images that look either really lifelike or photorealistic, but also they can adapt different art styles, so like anime art styles, blah 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 blah, etc etc etc. Like, yes, they tend to have problems specifically with hands, but slowly as the technology is progressing, these problems tend to be, or they happen less at least. But at the end of the day, when you look at the artwork, it looks good. Like, it looks really good. But the problem is that, as I mentioned, the program collects random art/images, and that is later used to create these original images. Well, original images that the program puts out. The problem is that the images that it takes are oftentimes from unsuspecting artists that have never consented to their art being used in that way or being taken by the program. So they don't know that their art is being taken and it's being mixed together with other people's artwork and being put out again, which is the problem. Besides that, there is this growing amount of people that believe that they're going to lose their jobs to this AI, because look, there has already been a guy that has made a children's book. This is just like an example, a true example, but still an example. There's this guy that made a children's book, and the story is not only written by AI, all of the images in the book are created by AI. So obviously, people feel threatened by the existence of this technology and what the future will look like for artists. But honestly, I think that we really need to take a step back and look at the situation objectively. As of making this video, there's no possible way that artists are going to lose their jobs to AI. Hence the reason I think that there's no reason to worry about AI. I'm not scared of these robots. Fuck them. Reason number one. People commission artists not only because they want a cool drawing, but also because they like the artist and the meaning behind their work. Okay, so this really depends on the artist, but art, as a general statement, art tends to have meaning behind it. And that is simply something that AI art does not have. Like, yes, the user can put in a few words that have meaning to them, and then the AI is going to make an image out of that. But there's not really a way for AI to make original art with an original meaning behind it, if you get what I mean. Like, the AI isn't going to make up its own words and say like, the AI isn't going to feel anything. It doesn't know what it means to feel because it's a program. what the program does is you put in a couple words, it takes stuff that is associated with those words, scours the internet for that, then collages something and gives you something original, allegedly. That's not what an artist does. An artist takes their own interpretation on those words. They interpret those words and they give meaning to those words, but it's based on their own biases. Like, think about it. When I say the word dog, some people are going to think about Chihuahuas, some people are going to think about Dobermans, some people are going to think about dogs that are mixed. So everything's really objective. What AI art is going to do is it's going to take it as objectively as possible. It's going to be like, oh, dog, general dog, what most people think of dogs, blah, 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 blah. You're not going to get that from an actual artist. And I think that there's an actual beauty in that. AI art does not have any life to it. It's just images that are being put together. They are still. And they have no real originality to them. Yeah, they seem cool and really creative, but are they really creative? It's just a stack of different images. They seem cool, but it's all something that you kind of have seen before because it's based on things that have been done before. There is a life that an artist brings to their artwork that AI simply can't bring to the table. And that's reason number one. Reason number two, AI art is not consistent. This point was brought up by a TikToker that works with designing characters for a company. I sadly can't find the TikTok because I forgot to download it, so for now you're just going to have to trust me on this. I'm really sorry. My bad, honestly. Damn. And this is directed towards artists that work with character design, etc. And to paraphrase what she said, character designing is more than just drawing a cool character once. There's a lot more to it. You need to draw characters in different angles and make sure that everything is consistent, because this will eventually be turned into a 3D model or it will have to be animated. So it's very important to be precise with. And that's simply something that AI art can't do right now. You have, like, you can even look at the children's book that this dude made and see that the images look similar, but they don't look the same. There's always some details that are different, and that is simply something that would not work in this type of work setting. Besides that, there's a lot of work that goes into making these characters, a lot of different designs that they will need to see, and honestly, the worst case scenario will be that AI art will be used as a guide to see more or less in what direction you want to go with a character's design. But otherwise, it's not going to be able to be used in that type of work setting, and this is where most artists are looking forward to working. So if you're going to work within the character design, animation, that type of field, I don't think you need to worry about AI art so far, you know? And the third point, which is basically the most important one, is that copyrightable works need human authorship. Now I'm going to play a clip because this person explains it way better than I would ever be able to do.
So it looks like the AI art industry might have just been destroyed by PETA. Or I guess more accurately, by this monkey. There is very famously a lawsuit between PETA and a photographer because this monkey took a picture of itself. And in that case, it was determined legally that copyrightable works require human authorship. Now, because of the precedent set by this macaque, which is named Naruto by the way, an AI-generated comic book lost its copyright protection because a judge determined that making AI art does not qualify as human authorship. And of course, this now sets a precedent that AI art cannot be copyrighted. So let's all give a hand to Naruto the Macaque for single-handedly saving art from the machines.
But basically, people will not be able to use AI to make art if they want it to be copyrightable. Copyright is meant to protect your ownership of the thing, like piece of literature, the music, the artwork that you made. And if it's not copyrightable, then it's part of the public domain, so public ownership. You know how, for example, you can use Mozart's music since it's a part of the public domain because he died like more than 100 years ago. Therefore, everyone can use it. So, you will not be able to make money out of it because it's everyone's art. Therefore, if you thought that you would be able to take a shortcut through using AI to not pay an artist, I'm sorry to break this to you, but you're gonna have to pay an artist if you want to make like money off of said art. So yeah, that's literally not gonna be an issue because you're gonna have to pay an artist if you want to make money. That's it. The only problem is that this decision was specifically made in the US, and copyright law is different based on the country that you are in. Even though most of the basis tends to be the same copyright law, like most countries have the same type of copyright law everywhere, but it's not an international thing. So every country has like their own regulations when it comes to copyright law, even though they tend to be pretty similar. But I think that in the future, it will lean in that direction. Odds are that most countries will follow the US's example and say, hey, yeah, you can't profit off of AI art because it's not made by a human. It's made out of other people's work. So yeah, boo-hoo. Lastly, we need to acknowledge that AI art can be used as a really helpful tool to artists. If only instead of taking other people's art, you could feed your own art into the program, and then it would give you images based on your own stuff. But then again, it does not stop people from abusing the program and feeding it other people's art. At the end of the day, I don't think that it's AI's fault or that AI is bad. It's the people that use it that are the issue. That is why I think that, at least for now, AI is not a threat for artists or their jobs. And to be honest, I don't think that it will be for a while. Like, maybe sometime in the future it will be, but I don't think that it will make the value of art made by real people go down. And there will still be a market for us. Yes, it is shitty that these programs are taking other people's art without their consent and making new art from it, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a problem that can be fixed easily if, one, people feed their own art into the program, and that the program makes art based on their own artwork. Because I know that there are people that have made like their own programs like for themselves, and they feed their own art into it, and that it makes stuff based on that. And two, if artists or the people that are responsible for these programs make a platform where artists can upload art, that they would not have an issue with being used as a base for a program. But maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part. Anyways, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, you already know what to do. Like and subscribe. Also, I really appreciate comments. Like, every time I see a comment on my videos, my heart gets all giddy. It's really sweet. Because I love being able to talk to people about stuff like this. So, yeah. Stay safe. Don't be a stranger. Peace.